So today we're heading out of the studio and heading to one of the hottest communities that's popping up here in Utah, and that is Firefly. Firefly is located in Eagle Mountain, which is just about 40 minutes south of Salt Lake City. It can, however, take a little longer to get there due to traffic, and with all the growth that's happening in this region, it's going to improve in the years to come, but for right now, it can be a little bit of a struggle to get through some of these areas to get out to Eagle Mountain and to Firefly. However, Firefly in Eagle Mountain promises a lifestyle where your kids ditch the screens, get outdoors and play, ride the bike trails, the pump tracks, and everything in between. And the community is everything here. But what's the real deal with Firefly? And more importantly, why will 8,000 homes be built in this master plan community? And as a real estate expert myself, I always question, are the promises as real as they make them sound? Or are there just things they're not telling you and they're just trying to sell the community? Today, I'll show you everything you need to know about Firefly so that you can make an educated decision as to whether or not you should explore the possibility of living here. And I really want you to know what to expect, and I'm going to flag the things that I feel like are most important that you need to know that might influence your decision to not move here. And look, most people that learn about Firefly think that this is a paradise for families here in Utah. And for many people, it absolutely is. But other people find unexpected trade-offs, so let's explore both. Eagle Mountain is situated approximately 40 miles south of Salt Lake City and 30 miles north of Provo, within one of Utah County's fastest growing areas. Since its incorporation in 1996, the city has experienced rapid growth, with a population reaching over 73,000 residents as of 2025. Covering over 50 square miles, Eagle Mountain is one of the largest cities in Utah, geographically speaking, providing residents with ample open space and a deep connection to the surrounding natural landscape. And as you can see from the video footage, there's so much open space in Eagle Mountain, and so much growth will be coming, not only with residential, but commercial and industrial and everything in between. This area is outside of the growth belt that we've seen up to this point, but it's in that prime location where the growth is going next. And for me, that's where the best possibilities for investment and appreciation and new emerging markets, so to speak, in terms of the metropolitan area really lies. Eagle Mountain is going to be one of the fastest growing areas in the state for quite a few years. And while the city is still relatively new and the development is just beginning to kick off, it really does offer a lot of amenities already. It features 4 regional parks and over 50 neighborhood parks, alongside more than 90 miles of trails for walking, biking, and horseback riding. Off-road enthusiasts can explore nearby 5 Mile Pass, which includes various trails and insights into Utah's historical significance. Eagle Mountain also promotes community engagement through events like the annual Pony Express Days, which celebrates the city's historical ties to the Pony Express Trail, along with other local gatherings that enhance safety, pride, and participation among residents. So that's kind of everything you need to know about Eagle Mountain. Eagle Mountain is up and coming. A lot of commercial development will be happening. There's a new Walmart built, but there's going to be other developments happening for many, many more years to come. And with recent additions of new businesses or big businesses coming out to Eagle Mountain, including Facebook or Meta, with a massive data center right in the middle of Eagle Mountain, alongside another site that's been purchased by Google for another data center, Eagle Mountain does look very promising for both job growth as well as new economic development in years to come. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Scott Steele, and I help people make the move to or within the state of Utah every single day. And I've helped so many people move to Eagle Mountain this year. And I want to make sure that if that's you, if you're looking to make a move, reach out to me. You can find my information down below or book a call with me. We'd love to be of service to you. My team and I are here to help. But let's get started next about talking about this specific development within Eagle Mountain, because it's one of the best and biggest master plan communities in the entire state of Utah, and that's Firefly. Okay, so Firefly, if I want to sum this up in one specific phrase, I would say this is an active family community where kids unplug and get out and play. Now, that might speak to a lot of young families, especially families that value wanting their kids to socialize and make sure that they get out and play instead of being glued to a screen 24/7. So this is a really cool design ethos, in my opinion, as to why this community is built to begin with. And I think it's going to attract a lot of families and like-minded people that want to live and play in this type of community. So in making the trek out here to Eagle Mountain, the biggest reason why people choose to live out here is the communities are bigger, you get more land for the money, and you definitely get a lot more house for the money as well. What you can get in Eagle Mountain for $550 or $600 or $650 or $700,000 will blow anything else out of the water in terms of what you get with respect to the house itself, but also that lot. And a lot of people are really craving that because as these new subdivisions have been filling out along the Wasatch Front, the lots keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And so if you want room to breathe, Eagle Mountain and Firefly specifically could be a better fit for you. Now, keep in mind, Firefly is built as a master plan community with over 3,000 acres, and it's going to have thousands and thousands of homes. This is ultimately going to be one of those master plan communities very similar to Daybreak, but it's also going to have some smaller lots as well as some bigger lots as well. And it will be full of single family homes, townhomes, and everything in between. You're going to have a really good mix in terms of what type of product they build here. And I help people make the move out to Eagle Mountain specifically. This is one of those places where you either love it or you hate it based on location. It does take about 40 to 45 minutes to get from I-15 out to this particular development, but this area is going to absolutely explode. And as is always the case, the residential building comes first, then comes the infrastructure and the amenities and the commercial development. Now, a lot of people that move out to Eagle Mountain think, well, there's not really a whole lot of stuff out here commercially or amenity-wise, but I promise you it is coming. This is one of those areas that's going to be exploding in growth for many years to come. And with Eagle Mountain now surpassing Saratoga Springs with 73,000 residents, it's only scratched the surface. In other words, as we look across this landscape and we see all of this open land, this will, over a short period of time, will get developed into residential, commercial, as well as industrial and everything in between. This area is a boomtown here in Utah, and if you get in now, you're getting in really early. If you want to know more about Firefly specifically, reach out to me. I've got all the connections with all the homes that are coming up here in Firefly and what incentives they offer in terms of quick move-ins, or if you're building from the ground up. I can make sure that you get in on the right deal and you don't miss out on anything. So I do believe that Firefly makes the short list for one of the best master plan communities in the state of Utah, and it's definitely worth checking out. Okay, so first let's talk about reality. Does this community actually deliver on its promise? And the short answer for me is absolutely. This development is just kicking off. They've just got the first 100 homes out of 8,000 homes that will be built in this community. This is going to be a massive development where if you get in early, you're going to take advantage of that appreciation. This is definitely one of the biggest up and coming areas in the state of Utah. So if you want to get into one of these first 1,000 homes, for example, you're going to be able to take advantage of the upside of getting in early to make sure that you get to take advantage of the appreciation that then takes place. But that's not just why Firefly delivers. It's not just about buying a home as an investment. It's actually delivering on the promise that it was built upon. And with over 350 acres of parks and trails and pickleball courts and pump tracks, indoor-outdoor playlands, adventure zones, camping areas, like it's got everything that you'd want to live in a community like this. And it's going to draw a lot of people together, not only with families, but people that just want this type of lifestyle. And one of my favorite parts about this community is it's ideal for parents that want to plug in their family into a community without having to plan absolutely everything. This is the type of community where you can live and play, and you don't have to plan things. It's already taken care of. You can really just dial yourselves in and participate with anything that you might want to, and it's going to give you a different lifestyle than almost everywhere else throughout the state. And as awesome as the community is, the green spaces, the amenities, and everything in between, they don't pay your mortgage. So what about the homes here? Do they actually live up to the hype as well? So Firefly is going to be full of not only single family homes, but also townhomes that range from the mid 300s, and with single family homes starting in the mid 400s, all the way up into the 5s and the 6s, and probably well above that as well. It does offer a great value, but pricing escalates with views and the lot type and the inventory based on quick move-in options. So to give you context in terms of what this community is, it does provide you with more value for the money based on what you're actually getting for the money. You get a better home, you get a new home, but you also get it for a price point that's less than if you were to live anywhere else along the Wasatch Front. This appreciation that will then come in the future will of course change things in the coming years. But for right now, this is one of the best bargains in real estate along the Wasatch Front. It just feels like it's slightly removed from it. And so I do believe this is one of the best values in real estate in Utah right now. And I see that happening for the next few years as this community matures. And as I help clients make that transition and make that move out here, I really dial into the community and we want to look at the actual floor plans that are offered. We want to look at all of the options in terms of if we build from the ground up versus a quick move in, and what are the incentive programs that they might have on these different homes, because that is the real play in real estate right now. When you work with the right agent that knows how to get the incentives from the builders to make sure that you're getting the best home and the best deal possible, that's the secret sauce. I do see a lot of my clients going for those quick move-ins because oftentimes they are the best deal and you can get so much money back in terms of incentives to buy down that interest rate that your monthly mortgage payment can be drastically less. But other people, they really want that experience of picking out their floor plan and picking out their colors and their front elevation and everything. So that's fun too. But I think it's really important to have all the options laid out in front of you so that you're not just dialed into one specific path. You can actually see everything to make sure that you're not missing out on anything. And to sum up the pricing in this community, I think the best suggestion that I could throw out there is expect value when you buy out in Eagle Mountain and buy in Firefly specifically. But you have to know how those pricing structures change over time from quarter to quarter, because the real estate market here, especially with new construction, changes every single month. So we want to make sure that we dial in to make sure that you're getting the best possible deal for you. Okay, one more thing I wanted to cover is a lot of Firefly is going to feel very suburban. However, there's another part of Firefly called Firefly Ranch where you will have the ability to have a 1-acre lot. So it's going to really appeal to not only just one particular buyer, but there's going to be a product here pretty much for everybody, whether it's a townhome, a single family home, or a 1-acre property. So there's something for everyone. Okay, so next up, let's talk about the builder that's building this development, and that's Candlelight Homes. Candlelight Homes is a local home builder who's done a lot of work here throughout the state and throughout the Wasatch Front, and this is their pride and joy. This is their marquee property. This is where they're putting all their eggs into one singular basket, so to speak. And Candlelight Homes does build a beautiful home. As you can see throughout this community, and as you'll see on my channel here as I continue to make video after video in this community, because I'll be here every month for the next few years doing videos, because this is one of those massive developments that will continue to grow as only 100 homes or so are built out of the 8,000 homes that will be coming. But I really like what Candlelight Homes has done here because they've placed their priority first on the community, and that really aligns with my personal belief that if you're making the move to or within the state of Utah, you first need to dial in the community where you want to live long before you actually consider the home. The community is everything to me. It means the world in terms of where do you want to see yourselves in the next few years, 5 years, 10 years, to make sure that it's the right place for you. Because honestly, we can find a home pretty much anywhere, but it's really that community that drives the decision for so many people. It includes a cross-country trail system with trailheads. It includes a downhill mountain bike course, hiking trails, a large gathering area, an overlook pavilion, a campground, an agricultural and equestrian area, an archery and axe throwing center, a multi-sport complex, pickleball courts, basketball courts, playgrounds, skate and wheels parks, as well as a bike pump track and walking trails. The indoor and outdoor playland will be a future amenity that will be built as well as an amenity building, splash pad park, sports fields, amphitheater, another gathering area, and an underpass climbing wall under the highway. This is going to be a long approach. This is going to take well over a decade to build out this community, but these are the amenities that this particular developer and builder have put foresight into to know what families are really looking for here in the state of Utah. And this is spot on. I think they've absolutely nailed it. Okay, next up, let's talk about the HOA, because yes, this master plan community does have an HOA, and it's to be expected in a community like this to maintain and take care of these amenities. The HOA and builder, which is Candlelight Homes, is the one operating this particular HOA and this community. And as part of that HOA, they're not only providing the amenities and the maintenance of these amenities, they're also taking care of the entire community to provide the activities and the other events that will be happening here as well. The best comparison that I've come up with for this particular development is that of Daybreak, which happens to be where I live in South Jordan, up in Salt Lake County. But this is another version of Daybreak, so to speak, and it's definitely built its own identity, and I think that's really awesome. And when it comes to any HOA, the phases upon which the community is built can get confusing with respect to fees and all the different restrictions that might be taking place. I do have a copy of the HOA docs that I can share and go over that information with you to make sure that it's something that's really appealing for you. For most people here in the state of Utah, they're okay with it because it does create a community that's not only going to look beautiful today, but it's going to look beautiful tomorrow and for many more years to come. And so when it comes to the HOA, we've got to ask specific details for your house, for your property in your phase, because there are different sub HOAs as well. We want to make sure that you understand what your HOA fee is going to be and what you receive for that and what are your restrictions. And just like anything, HOAs can be a double-edged sword. Some people love them, some people hate them, and of course, nobody really wants an HOA breathing down your neck and supervising what you can or cannot do. But the advantage of an HOA is that it really does create a community that looks beautiful for many, many more years to come, and it really restricts people from doing things that might be very unsightly, that might really deteriorate the aesthetics of the neighborhood. So for that, I'm grateful for HOAs. Okay, next up, let's talk a little bit about families and schools, because this is a really rapidly growing area. Now, as a real estate agent, I can't give you school rankings and school ratings specifically for different neighborhoods, but what I can do is provide the resources that are going to best equip you with the knowledge that you need to make a really good decision for you. And Eagle Mountain is growing incredibly fast. Tons of families, so many kids are coming to this area. It's definitely one of those places where your kids will not only make friends in school, but also within the community. And I think that's one of the best things about these master plan communities. And ultimately, the success of your family plugging into the lifestyle here in Firefly is going to, in great part, rely on the school district and the other children that your kids are playing with. So we're going to want to make sure we do that research, make sure that you're happy with the schools and everything else that's coming out to this area, as it's all brand new, which is really appealing. It's really cool. I just want to make sure that my clients completely understand everything so that they feel at peace with their decisions. And when you're talking about schools, we got to talk about drop-off times. What do those routes look like? What are the traffic patterns and what are peak times that you really have to be aware of so that you know, is this the place you really want to be? Now, within Eagle Mountain, especially here in Firefly, it's all so incredibly new. This is going to be evolving and changing for many, many, many years to come. So I don't think it's really something you have to put too much thought into, but at least be cognizant of the different things that are going to impact your daily routine. And the bottom line here is Firefly is absolutely excellent for families, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do your due diligence and compare this community with other communities to make sure it's the right spot for you. So is Firefly as perfect as it's made out to be, or are there surprises that just might turn you off to it? Well, let's just kind of sum everything up. It's definitely going to be one of the most attractive communities, not only for families, but for people for at least the next decade. This is one of the best planned master developments that I've seen. It's definitely living up to the hype and the ethos behind the design and the purpose of this development to begin with. The development, commercially speaking, around it will come, as well as the infrastructure. I don't question that whatsoever, because the infrastructure out here in Eagle Mountain is going to be so incredibly well planned that it will alleviate the concerns that people have about getting in and out of Eagle Mountain in the years to come. And here's the bottom line. Firefly lives up to all of the expectations, in my opinion, but only if you do the proper research to make sure that your expectations are well informed. You've got to know if this can be the right place for you specifically. And to me, that's the most fulfilling part about living in a specific community, when you can actually drive into the community itself and go, wow, I'm home. And that happens before you even walk into your house. But if you skip your research, if you don't have a guide guiding you throughout this process, you might miss some things and you might end up landing in the wrong spot. And that's what I don't want to happen to you. And so if Firefly is looking appealing to you, reach out to me. I can absolutely guide you through the process of purchasing any of the homes here in Firefly to make sure that you're finding the the right place for you. But I want to make sure, again, as I stress continually, that the development and the community make sense before we even consider the houses. So reach out to me. I'm here to help, and this is the best way to get started and the next step to see if Firefly is the right fit for you. And if this is the type of content that really helps you, I would love it if you take just a moment to hit that subscribe button, because it means the world to me. It helps me get in front of more people just like you. And if you're looking to make a move to or within the state of Utah, here in Firefly or anywhere else, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. Reach out to us. You can find our information down in the description below, or you can book a video call with us in that link that you'll find in the pinned comment on this and every video. And if you're looking to learn more about Eagle Mountain and the communities around the Wasatch Front, check out this playlist next. And until the next video, thanks.